How should I address the recipient of my formal letter of request?
Hello there. In this video, we'll discuss an important aspect of writing a formal letter of request: how to address the recipient. The way you address the recipient sets the tone for your letter and shows respect for the individual you're writing to. So let's dive right in and explore the proper way to address the recipient of your formal letter of request.
Formal titles and salutations.
When writing a formal letter of request, it's essential to use appropriate titles and salutations. The title you use will depend on the recipient's professional standing and gender. Here are a few common formal titles. Mr. Used to address a male recipient who isn't a doctor or professor. Ms. Used to address a female recipient who isn't married or prefers not to disclose marital status. Mrs. Used to address a married female recipient. Doctor. Used to address a recipient who holds a doctorate degree, regardless of gender. Professor. Used to address a recipient who is a professor. After the title, include the recipient's last name. For example, Mr. Smith, Ms. Johnson, or Dr. Williams.
Addressing recipients with unknown gender.
Sometimes, you may not know the gender of the recipient. In such cases, you can use a more general salutation, such as, Dear Sir or Madam, used when you don't have specific information about the recipient's gender or name. To whom it may concern, used when the letter is intended for anyone who can address the matter at hand. While these salutations are appropriate when the gender is unknown, it's always best to address the recipient by their name if possible. Researching or contacting the organization to obtain the correct name shows additional effort and professionalism.
Using formal language.
In a formal letter of request, it's important to maintain a professional tone throughout your communication. Be sure to use formal language and avoid slang or colloquial expressions. Remember, you want to convey your request in a respectful and professional manner.
Concluding the letter.
When concluding your formal letter of request, use a formal closing and sign off. Some commonly used formal closings include, Sincerely. This is a widely accepted formal closing and is appropriate for most business letters. Yours faithfully. This closing is typically used when you've used a general salutation like, Dear Sir or Madam, or, To whom it may concern. After the closing, include your full name and any relevant contact information, such as your phone number or email address. This allows the recipient to reach out to you easily if they have any questions or need further clarification. And there you have it. Addressing the recipient of your formal letter of request involves using appropriate titles and salutations, maintaining a professional tone, and using formal language throughout. Remember to research the recipient's name whenever possible and use a formal closing when concluding your letter. By following these guidelines, you'll create a strong impression and show respect for the individual you're addressing. Best of luck with your formal letter writing endeavors.